Thank you. Oh, clicker? Yeah. All right. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming and being a part of this and listening to a little bit of what we can provide for you guys. We're going to look at 4 different things in everybody's life over the next 30 minutes and see what's working for you and what's quietly working against you. My name is Travis. I'm one of the 4 owners here at the Fit Executive. We have Rocky and Andrea. Andrea here present with CrossFit AMROCK, as you've already been introduced. Ty with Granville Coaching. Dr. Ryan Bradbury, Travis, Megan with Project Clean Nation. Each one of us in our separate businesses noticed the same gaps. Leaders in our community who are working hard but running below what they are actually capable of. We had the piece to the answer. At some point, the conversation became, what if we solve this separately? And that's why it brought us together. 4 businesses, 1 integrated program. We run this as a conversation, one that starts with a few honest questions. Before we go any further, our team has something they want to ask you. Raise your hand if this applies to you and keep your hand raised.
All right, like Travis said, raise your hand and keep it raised. How many of you ate at a drive-thru or some type of fast food or skipped a meal in the past 7 days? Keep your hand up.
I had to say skip the meal.
I got you. Okay, keep those hands up. How many of you have worked out less than 3 times in a week? Keep the hands up. Even if you had the meal, skipped a meal. Less than 3 days. Oh, you're right.
Raise your hand if you do not have a doctor you could call and talk to personally today. I don't mean a nurse's line or you'll get a message that the medical assistant will eventually get back to you. But if you can actually talk to a doctor today, then that's great. Put your hand up if you can't do that.
All right, to bring the business part around, how many of you made a decision for your business in the last quarter that you have now had to revisit now that we're into the second quarter? All right, and finally, how many of you feel like your energy level does not match your ambition?
Okay, I saw everybody's hand raised at least once, most of you 2 or 3 times. And that's what we're kind of here to cover. Those questions cover 4 completely different parts of your life, but they're all connected to the same problem. Sorry, I have to double check. Most leaders aren't limited by effort. They're limited by a body and mind that haven't been tuned to match their ambition. That's where we're starting today. Let us show you what we mean. Most leaders treat them as separate problems with separate solutions. A gym membership here, a meal plan there, a coaching engagement somewhere else, a doctor's appointment when something could be ignored. What we've learned is that those symptoms are connected. But when you treat them separately, you keep getting the same results. We want to walk you through what it would actually look like together.
So I talk to business leaders all the time. That's where my interest lies, and I want to see people succeed. The one thing that we see in common with a lot of businesses, business owners and leaders, is that they are carrying too much, right? They've got the business, they've got a vision that they're trying to execute against, they've got a team to support, and most likely they've got a family that they're trying to keep balanced at home. And somewhere along the way, something gets out of balance. And usually the business wins because that's what's putting bread on the table, right? So it's not a failing on anyone's part, but the equilibrium starts to get out of whack. You might not get enough rest. You might not eat properly. Lunches might happen at the gas station. And so it's, so what we're here is to talk about how do we fix that while still maintaining the intensity of the business. And the other thing that, and I think if we go back a slide, that one, this is my favorite. And even if you're not a leader, you feel this, right? If there is chaos at the top, lack of clarity in the decision making, that cascades down through the organization. And that becomes a time and a money issue for you and everyone else in your organization. And the unfortunate thing is that sometimes momentum slips in. Like things are going well. The revenue's coming in, that's great. And that sort of momentum kind of masks the chaos. And that keeps the team from really operating at their maximum capacity. It keeps you from operating at your maximum capacity. And it really becomes the currency of the organization, because everyone's just playing a kind of game of whack-a-mole or fire drill management.
Here's something we see constantly at Project Lean Nation is leaders who are sharp, experienced, capable, and they're grinding through afternoons on caffeine and whatever was convenient for lunch. Yeah, I see you. And they'll tell you they're a little foggy, a little slow, but they chalk it up to a busy week. But what they don't realize is it's not a mindset problem. It's a fuel problem. Your brain runs on what you feed it. And a lot of leaders are running their most important organ on the worst inputs of anyone in their organization.
So owning a gym and also nutrition coaching is what we do over at AMROCK. And we see a lot of people that come in to the gym that maybe not have moved with intention or have been active in their lifestyle. They don't know what that looks like. And the one thing is then fatigue can set in. And sometimes just getting a little bit of movement can help reset the brain and that mindset of helping move the body, getting those endorphins going. But then as Megan said, like we've got to feed the body. And one thing that we do is help teach you how to do that one step at a time instead of putting things into, hey, we're going to teach you how to sleep better, how to eat better, how to drink more water. It's not doing all those things at one time as a fire hose. It's one step intentionally and changing those habits with intention to set you up for success.
And what I see as a family doctor is I get high-functioning professionals into my clinic all the time who their brain and their soul are so on fire and so go that they neglect this vehicle, their body, that is carrying it all and making it all possible every day. They may have a check engine light on, so to speak, that has come and they've just ignored it, put the little, black tape over it and pretend there's no check engine light on until it's finally flashing and smoking, and then they come see me. But if we can flip it, I get people the data for their body. It's kind of like plugging in the OBD2 scanner, if you know cars, and you get all the data on the body. We do a comprehensive panel. And with that data, now we can confidently go forward knowing what's going on. But it's not, what's scary, people put that off. They're afraid to see what the numbers are. But it's more scary to think about all the good stuff you can miss out on if you wait too long to do all that.
Everything we just described, the exhaustion, the chaos, the fatigue, the brain fog, the deferred health, none of it's a character flaw for you guys. None of it means you're not cut out for this. It just means you've been solving 4 interconnected problems separately with 4 separate solutions that don't add up to each other. The constraint isn't your effort, it's your capacity. Capacity can be raised, not by working harder, but by getting the right things working together. So we built something to address this. Not 4 separate programs, 1 integrated system. Let me show you how it works. Each of us in our separate business noticed the same gap, as I mentioned earlier. Leaders working hard, but running below what they're actually capable of. We each had one piece of the answer, and at some point, the conversation shifted. What if we stopped solving this separate and solved it together?
When nutrition is handled, when the decision of what to eat is already made, you have your more mental bandwidth for everything else. You're not running on whatever was convenient. You're fueling your work.
When your body is functioning correctly, you think differently. All the parts work together: movement, nutrition, sleep, mindset, stress management, to create the healthiest version of yourself. And we see it every day at AMROCK. The ones who are consistent just don't look different, they operate differently.
They're operating differently because the leader now has direction. The leader now has clarity. Decisions are made once. And once those decisions are made, the team gets to stop waiting. You no longer are the bottleneck in the organization. When those decisions are made in advance, marketing gets to work harder. You're saving money in marketing, you're saving money in effort. And then the leader, as a result, gets time back. So that time can be invested back into the things that bring balance. Maybe it's going to the gym with your extra time, or maybe it's the extra time with your family. But essentially, you stop becoming the bottleneck and you become a catalyst for action in the organization.
And when you come see me, we can get that data so you can quit facing the unknown and now actually define what you need to get after, what you need to take ownership of. We can make some clear, actionable steps to improve that data for you, just like you would for your business, but now we're doing it for your most important asset, yourself.
And that's the program. Not 4 programs running separately, one all working together. We all have a very close relationship with each other, or else we would not be doing this. We will all work together. These plans are going to be custom tailored to you. Your plan is going to be different than his plan. Once you're in the Fit Executive program, around week 4, something changes. You feel it before you can explain it. By the end of the program, the people around you notice it too. Your limits are higher, your body is stronger, your thinking is sharper, your capacity is greater. And with it, you have the team and the tools to keep building. We have 3 programs. The first one is the VIP, Fit Executive VIP. This is the full experience. Business coaching, fitness, nutrition with chef-crafted meal prep, and physician-led medical insight all working together for one leader. The Fit Entrepreneur. It's a focused introduction, 4 weeks of integrated nutrition, movement, and medical insight backed by 12 weeks of business coaching, built for the founders who are ready to find out what's possible. And then we have the Fit Employee. This is a workplace wellness program for businesses that want to invest in their teams. If that's of interest to you, maybe you come find us at our table. We'd love to walk you through what this would look like for your organization. We're currently only accepting 3 clients total for the VIP and entrepreneur programs. If you want more information, you can scan the QR code.
That QR code is going to take you to an opportunity to schedule what we're calling the Fit Conversation. It's an opportunity, again, as Travis mentioned, even though we're using standard frameworks, you're still going to go to the gym. I'm going to take you through I'm going to take you through 12 weeks of coaching that has a framework. The meals are going to be delivered on time, especially with the VIP program. But it'll be unique to you. And so the Fit Conversation that we will have, that the QR code takes you to, we will talk about what your needs are, what your goals are, and see how we can best help you accomplish those. And if you recognized yourself in any of the part of the conversation that we've had today, we would love to talk to you. We would love to see how we could help you elevate your game, increase your own capacity. The Fit Conversation is a 30-minute call. It's free. And we'd be happy to talk to you here. We're going to be out at the table the rest of the day and all day tomorrow. And we have 3 positions open, and we would love for one of them to be one of you, especially since you took the time to be here today.
Okay, we still do have a few minutes, and luckily this is a smaller room, so feel free to come find one of us, ask us any questions. We can do an open Q&A. You can come find one of us, whatever you want.
So she asked if it's just the 12-week program or if there are shorter options. So Entrepreneur is kind of going to be your shorter option. It's a little more customizable. It still involves the 12-week business coaching, but with the other options, then you can kind of pick and choose and go from there. It's more of like a 4-week. But again, the Fit Conversation, we can completely customize most of them to what you're looking for.
So on the Fit Employee, I've actually done this with a couple companies in Idaho Falls, where we do an employee wellness program. So it's sitting down with those in charge of, who are the decision makers, getting to know, like, what are the pain points that you're experiencing with your team? What are you wanting your team? What kind of development do you want to see? What kind of progress do you want to see within your team? And then we come back with a customized approach. So when I've done this before, it's been different, but I've run 6-week wellness programs where it's a 6-week challenge where we teach them things about nutrition, mindset, stress management, sleep. We've also done some things where we've teamed up with Dr. Bradbury on maybe doing some wellness exam, blood work, so we kind of have a starting point. There's also, with us, we have an in-body scan where we can put everyone on an in-body and get a measurement of, okay, where's their weight, muscle, body fat percentage, and visceral fat. So we kind of have a benchmark, and then we also do that at the end of the challenge. Within that, then we can expand that into a longer-term program where we've got a team of coaches. We can also do things where, hey, let's put together some workouts that we're either going to do at the office or maybe you're going to come into the gym. And then we team up with Project Lean Nation of, hey, they can deliver meals to the place of employment for the employees so they're not running to fast food or to the gas station or skipping meals. So we can customize that based off of what the company is looking for. So I think it would be understanding what are their pain points so we can develop the program that's customizable for the employer and their team. I don't know if anyone else wants to add to that.
Sorry, just for the recording, the question was, what does this look like for a group of employees? How could it benefit them?
So the new kick is the GLP-1s, right? That's the fix, the short, easy way to lose weight in today's world. Tell us a little bit about, your approach. Obviously, is much different. It's holistic health versus a shortcut. Where are you seeing from not only from a health perspective, because losing weight's one part of it. You're talking about full body movement. You're talking about full body health. Tell us the dynamic shift that you're seeing in terms of that, just the quick shot versus the real investment in time and energy.
Yeah. So I'll try and summarize a comment there. It's the idea with today GLP-1s being one of the biggest hot topics out there in obesity medicine, managing body composition, and how is the landscape shifting, or how would it ideally shift for the best outcomes? Does that sound about right? Yeah. So GLP-1s really are a miracle drug. When people start them, they will lose weight. And there's a lot of things that go along with that. But miracle medical interventions that can cause weight loss are nothing new. We've had gastric bypass surgery and all the things related to that for a long time. They absolutely work. But what's common with all of these things is after they're done, if there hasn't been any true behavior change, any attitude change, the weight comes right back and there was no permanent sticking power for it. And so that's why I practice what I call lifestyle first medicine. And I've had specialized training in addressing stuff from that perspective, where the first intervention we're thinking of for almost every health problem is their sleep, their exercise, their nutrition, their attitude toward different stressors in life and substances. And that's why I've reached out to this team here, is because I know that my prescribing of whatever pill or injection isn't going to make the lasting difference. And so we've made these partnerships, and it really does work. When people take the time and put in the personal effort themselves, and they're willing to come face to face with their attitudes and behaviors, we do see lasting change. And for some people, the GLP-1 might be a part of their journey. Everyone is so unique and so personalized. I would never, shame or say no one should ever go down that route. I prescribe these medicines myself. But if that's all they're doing, that's not the full picture. You really need to integrate the full team here to get the real results that you want.
And maybe to elaborate on that, Ryan, is that even as a nutrition coaching service, I've worked with a ton of clients that have been on a GLP-1, but it's learning the habits. So if we think about, okay, what are habits that we have in our life? Okay, when we get in a car, what do? Hopefully everyone puts on their seatbelt. Okay, when we first wake up in the morning, hopefully everyone's brushing their teeth, right? Those are habits that we've put in our life. So what are habits that we've done with when it comes to nutrition, sleep, mindset, stress? We all want the quick fix. We all want the quick answer. Yet, if we put in some of that hard work and we can change those habits and have that healthier lifestyle, that's what we're trying to do is, okay, as I get older, as I get into my 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, I want to be able to go and, whether it's pick up your grandkids, pick up your kids, play with your kids, walk up the stairs, that's where we want to see that shift happen. And it's going to take hard work. And sometimes we want the quick, easy fix, which, as Ryan said, I agree, like there's a time and place for that, but then you need to have the coaching to help back that as well, to teach you those habits that we've all created, because we've all created bad habits.
And one more thing. So since we do the food side, we also see a lot of people that come in that are on GLP-1s. And with that, you're making sure your muscle mass is not dropping. Well, this team can help you watch out for things like that. So you can come in and hop on a Quick InBody. You can come in and do a nutrition consultation with Andrea and her team, and you can actually like track your progress, and you can still grow muscle while you're on a GLP-1, so long as you're doing all the right things you should be and putting in the work. So we're not all against that. We are all, like Ryan said, lifestyle first and all about changing your daily habits, but it is something that we can work with and have worked with. So.
Yeah, I would say the biggest struggle we see with people that are on GLP-1s is not losing a lot of muscle mass. We see somebody that drops 20 pounds, but 11 of it was muscle. You lost weight, but did you get healthier? So I think we just have 1 or 2 more minutes left.
Question. I guess initially a question, but as far as team building, we just did like a mini health challenge in our company, and it was 6 weeks, and we had different times per week, but we just had like a text thread, right? And people who aren't in the office all the time, or people who are out in the field, it gave our team such an opportunity to get to know each other, and we were supporting each other and cheering each other on, and it was probably it was great for all of us health-wise, but it was probably the best team building exercise that we've had as a company, hands down. And so I think it's great that you're doing this, because it gives your team an opportunity to talk outside of work and talk about things that you wouldn't talk about normally. But it really builds a great team, and so it's awesome.
And kind of the statement is about like employee wellness and bringing the team together. And that's one thing within the employee wellness perspective of the fit employee. It does have a dedicated app that we use, that we do engagement, and there's educational videos, tips. We also throw out little fun things like, tell us your favorite Disney character and why. Or like, we'll create fun behind it, because that's how you get to know people, or pose different questions. But then there's learning of different habits when it comes to sleep, nutrition, mindset. And I know Dr. Bradbury can talk about this, because we did one with his office.
Yeah. So I share my building. I share with several other healthcare-related businesses, and we share some resources such as our front office staff. So we kind of see each other, we're around each other, but we don't really interact with each other that much. And just like you said, this I think we did a 4-week program or something like that, and it was just so fun to connect with everyone else there, and it really improved the culture around the office.
Okay, thank you guys. If you have any more questions, we're here the rest of the night, but they're going to cut me off. So thank you guys for staying and listening, and hopefully we'll see you the rest of the night and tomorrow.
Awesome.